I still haven't bothered to get dressed or put makeup on or anything. I'm such an overachiever. So this week the topic is LGBTQ books and movies, and I'll be honest, I haven't really read a lot of them, but from my experience, the ones that I have read or seen or whatever are actually not half bad. I remember the first book that I read that had one of the main themes on being LGBT was Annie on My Mind. It was released in the early 80s, so it was probably one of the first books with a main LGBT theme, especially as fiction for teenagers or young adults or whatever. And I thought it was pretty good, and it was really sweet, and I recommended it to my mom, and she thought it was really good too. And she ended up thinking that I'm a lot like Annie, and I was just like, thanks. Personally, I think I'm more like Liza now, but that's another story. And I remember, I've reread it a couple times, and, I've also read a couple critiques about it, that it's really preachy at times, and in retrospect, I can kind of understand those, but in general, it just has a good storyline, and it's just, I get feelings every time I read it. And then, let's see, the other LGBTQ themed book that I've read is Keeping You a Secret, and I can kind of relate to some of the homophobia that was presented in it, because basically the main character, I can't for the life of me remember her name right now, but she pretty much, oh yeah, Holland, that's her name. Holland stayed in the closet for quite a while because she's seen how her partner at the time, Cece, dealt with a lot of homophobia at her school, and the reason that Cece left her old school is because of homophobia, and so Holland was really concerned, and she ended up being outed to her parents and kicked out of her house, and it's really sad, but they end up being together in the end. I guess Amor Omnia Winkit. Still though, it's a good story, and it really inspired me to not be so in the closet and stuff all the time. I personally depending on who you are, I may or may not be out to you, but I don't know. Sometimes it really depends, but both those are just really good stories, and I like them. And in regards to movies, my favorite LGBTQ themed movie is But I'm a Cheerleader. It was released in 1999, and it's about this high school girl, Megan, that she's basically the all-American girl. She's a cheerleader, she gets good grades, she goes to church, all that stuff, and she ends up being sent to this ex-gay therapy thing because her family thinks that she's a lesbian. She realizes that she is, and it's just it's really funny. Apparently it was supposed to be a satire of Alcoholics Anonymous, with the 12-step program. Instead, in But I'm a Cheerleader, there's a 5-step program, and it's pretty good. Definitely watch it at some point. And then there was Loving Annabelle that I kind of liked. I didn't really like how Manichaean the depictions of oh gosh, sorry, I just remember this one other book that was released a few years ago that had an LGBT theme that I really liked. It's called Sing You Home. It's about this music therapist that ends up realizing she's a lesbian, and in making their divorce final, her ex-husband, who is really conservatively Christian, I remember reading that when I was 17. I identified as gay and Christian at the time, and I was just it's not so rigid. Not everyone that's gay hates Christians, not everyone that's Christian hates gay people. But I still just, sorry, I digress. And so, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, Loving Annabelle. Annabelle is a senator's daughter that's sent to a Catholic school because she's getting way out of control and has to be put in her place and stuff. And she falls in love with a poetry teacher, and they become very close. And they end up having sex one night, and so the teacher's fired. It's kind of a sad one, but you can find it on Netflix. It's not that bad. And then, let's see. I remember there was also this one other movie. Oh yeah, it's The Baby Formula. It's this one like independent film, sort of like a mockumentary of this one lesbian couple. I think they're from out of Canada because like some of it was set in Toronto. But they basically have their own children, literally, and like through stem cell research, one of the women has her stem cells turned into sperm, and the other woman has like her stem cells turned into sperm. They put them like in each other's wombs, and they literally have their own children. And it's just like, it's really cool, and like just like seeing their relationship grow from that and from them like having children. So it just it makes me excited to like possibly have my own kids someday with the woman I love. Anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great Friday. Here where I am, it's kind of miserable outside, but it'll be a good night tonight. Give me hang out with some of my friends, and so I'm excited about that. Bye!